So, Grand Rising, let's have a little chat, shall we? Whenever I come out of the dark, I always find something to really talk about, and I'm vibing on a different energy right now. So I'm not as fiery as as I normally would be because right now I'm on a different type of vibration. Just feeling the energy, accepting it for what it is, and letting it be, you know? When people hate you, it's spiritual. When people don't like you, it's spiritual. And because I have a poetic heart, that's why I speak in the way that I do. I have the heart of a poet. I know my way with words. It's just a knowing. That's the wisdom. But when people hate you, when people don't understand you or don't take the time to get to try to understand you, when people fear you, it's because of one thing: they can't see you. You could be walking down the street looking good, beautiful face, beautiful skin, nice body, and you wonder why men, if you're a woman, may not be paying attention to you. It's because they can't see you. Same thing for men. When you're walking down the street, just came from the gym, you're wondering why the women aren't paying you any attention. It's because they can't see you. They can't see you because you are not on the same vibration. You're not on the same frequency anymore. That is why those people no longer tap at your door, because they can't see you anymore. The energy and the vibrations have raised, and those of us who are on a certain higher frequency, we have raised up with it. So that is why a lot of us are having relationship problems, problems getting along with people, because we're trying to stay attached to old ways of thinking and old ways of doing things, myself included, that just doesn't serve us anymore, because those things have gone out the door. They don't exist anymore. We're being raised up. The vibration is being raised up. The frequency is rising and rising. And those people who were left behind, they can't see you because they are spiritually blind. They are cut off. They see the physical you. They see the physical vessel, but they don't see you. They don't see you anymore. So if you find yourself in situations, and this is only going to be a quick video, if you find yourself in situations where you're finding that you're not getting along with, a person that you may be intimately involved with, if you're not getting along with, people in general sometimes, think about what vibration and frequency you might be on. It could simply be that you're no longer here and they don't see you. And when people don't see you, they fear you, they mock you, they attack you. Because people fear what they can't see, people fear what they don't understand. And if you are an occultist or a person who calls himself spiritual or conscious, and you go around mocking or trying to make someone out to be a caricature because you don't understand that person, then you are not spiritual, you're not conscious, and you're not a real occultist because you don't really see that person. Your spiritual eye is blind. You're blinded by what I call your egotistical nature, your carnal nature. They can't see me. They can't see you. That's why they hate you. That's why they hate me. That's why they hate others that they can't see. We are in the middle of a reset of civilization. This whole thing that's going on with COVID and this pandemic and all of this shit, this is all a reset of civilization right in front of our face. And 2020 is the year that they decided to do it again. The last time we had a reset in civilization was in 2000, in the early 2000s, around 2001, 2002. That was during the 9/11 attacks. For some of you millennials who might not have been born yet, I was there. Not at the actual site, but I was in my early 20s then. I'm 41 now. And I began to realize, Spirit began to show me that what we're actually going through is a reset of civilization right now. And the last time we went through one, like I said, was in 2001, 2002. They started the process in 2001. Okay? They started it in 2001. They amped it up in 2002 when they went into Afghanistan. And then they started the transformation process in 2003 when they went into Iraq for a second time. That was all a reset of civilization right up under our noses. And at that time, in that era, it was all about terrorism, weapons of mass destruction. You notice they don't talk about terrorists anymore. You notice that. They don't talk about those things anymore, and it's not because they don't exist. They don't talk about weapons of mass destruction anymore. They don't do that. And then, a lot of these resets of civilization, they correspond with certain numbers, like the number 13 or the number 33, which the number 33 is a Masonic number, and the number 13 is an occult number as well. I'm not going to get into too much of that, because that takes too much time. There was a reset of civilization during World War I as well. You have to go back to American Horror Story, The Apocalypse, back in 2018. They were giving you clues and giving you subliminal messages as to what was going to happen in the next couple of years in 2020. They gave it to you under the guise of a nuclear war. That's how they fed it to you. But in actuality, they were giving you information about everything that's happening right now. There was a scene in American Horror Story Season 8, The Apocalypse, where two of the servants of the underground bunker were executed because they were caught having sex, unauthorized sex. As they called it in American Horror Story, no unauthorized copulation. So they killed the two servants who were having sex with each other. Because now we're living in a time where sex is really being, how can I put this? It's really being condemned, in a sense, unless it's interracial sex. That's not being condemned, because interracial sex is part of the reset of civilization, because it's no longer about two people finding love. It's more so about pushing a certain agenda. See, it's one thing to find love with someone of another race, but it's a whole nother thing when they're pushing an agenda. Because the two servants that they killed it was a white female servant and a white male servant. So now there's this agenda that is being pushed that, the only way that you should, have any type of love for anyone is if you date outside of your race. That is an agenda. It's nothing wrong with dating outside your race if that's what you want to do. More power to you. But when it's being pushed as an agenda, you have to look at that. And they have ritualized interracial sex and interracial dating. They've ritualized that. And they actually started it really hard in the early 2000s. They really started it in the early 2000s. With the ritualization of interracial sex and interracial dating, they started really doing it hard in the early 2000s, which I find very interesting. But then again, I don't, because we were going through a reset of civilization. And a lot of times it vibrates off of the number 18. Okay? It's like every 18 years, it seems like. And sometimes they may skip a couple of years. Sometimes it skips when they do these resets of civilization. But that's exactly what we're going through right now. A lot of rituals are going on right now. A lot of black men are up under a lot of rituals. And I don't say that to be cruel or to be, nasty. I'm saying that because spiritually, I see what's going on. I see what's going on. They're pitting black men against black women. They're pitting white men against white women. See, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about the other races that are up under ritualization as well. We don't talk about that. We only focus on ourselves a lot of times, but sometimes you have to look at the bigger picture, the broader picture, to see what's really going on. We are in a reset of civilization. I remember back in 2019, I was looking at a video from the group Anonymous. And in the corner of the video, they had the word reset. And they were talking about the things that were to come in the upcoming year, if I'm not mistaken. In the corner, it had reset. The word reset. It did. And I don't want y'all in my business because I'm not decent right now. And I started thinking, I said, oh, reset. And this was around the time that American Horror Story Season 8 was out around that time. So I said, I get it now. but I know a lot of people missed it. One of the reasons, and let me say this, I'm not bragging, but one of the reasons that a lot of these things are not affecting people like me, pandemic and all this stuff, the reason that it's not affecting me the way that it's affecting other people is because I'm on a higher frequency and vibration. And that is not to brag about that. But I'm beginning to understand why I've been having, the challenges I've been having dealing with other people, particularly black men. I have no issue with black women. Black women are cool in the gang because black women are naturally higher vibrational anyway, even if some of them don't even know it. Even if some of them are doing, ratchet things or fucked up things sometimes. Even within some of their worst moments, black women are still on a much higher vibration. Naturally, and I've said that before. So I don't have these issues with black women. Most of them are from black men because black men right now are up under so much ritualization, they don't even realize that they're not even in control of their mind or their bodies anymore. See, I can see what's going on with them. There's something else controlling them. There's something else motivating them. They're not in control of themselves anymore. And that's scary for people like that. But that's because they're on a lower vibration, these particular black men that I'm referring to. Just like the whole Jeffree Star thing. He's a well-known YouTuber. And now he's dating a black guy who was in a relationship with his baby mama. And then out of the blue, he breaks up with her and starts dating Jeffree Star. Ritualization. That ties back into the whole Kevin Hart thing with Ellen DeGeneres, where black men in this country are saying we are standing up for the agenda. We are promoting the agenda. We are promoting the gay or homosexual agenda. And I'm saying that as a gay homosexual. I'm saying that. Because that is what you call agenda based. When you do things like that. Now, they tried to humiliate that black woman that this guy, Andre Marhold, or whatever his name is, the basketball player that Jeffree Star is now in a relationship with. They tried to humiliate that black woman on social media. And when I say they, I'm referring to Jeffree Star and all of his legions. And I don't have nothing against Jeffree Star. If he wants to date a black man, more power to him. I have a man, so I don't really care about, that, I don't care about that. I have a friend. It's not about that. But I'm looking at the agenda. I'm looking at the occultism behind it. And there's a lot of things taking place with Jeffree Star that I'm not going to really get into spiritually. I'm not going to say what's really going on with him. But that black guy, Andre Marhold, that's with him now, you can never go back to another black woman after what you did to that lady. And on top of that, isn't Jeffree Star accused of making racist statements from back in the day? You can obviously tell. You can obviously tell that there was some work done spiritually to make that shit fucking happen. Or I'll look at it in another perspective. Could this all be what we call a magician's trick to get you to think something that is not really true? Because that's what I thought at first. I said, I wonder, did he have some work done to make this happen? But then I thought about it. I started looking at it a little bit more, examining the energy, and I was looking at the pictures with Jeffree Star and the young man that he's with now, the basketball player. I was looking at the pictures and I said, well, wait a minute. there are not really a lot of pictures of them having any type of intimate embrace or any type of intimate contact. There was one picture where Jeffree Star allegedly had his legs wrapped around this black guy, but you could not see Jeffree Star's face. And I question if that was really a photo of Jeffree Star or not. So that is why I say I wonder if this is a magician's trick, where they make you think something is happening that's really not, to promote an agenda, to further the agenda, and what did I say earlier? To help reset civilization. Could this be a tool added in the resetting of civilization to start a new order, to get people to think a certain type of way? I've even heard rumors that Jeffree Star is using that black guy to try to break into hip hop. I don't know. I was talking to a friend about it, and he said, well, hip hop would not accept him. Maybe not. But I don't know, because hip hop as it is now is really what we call gazy. And I'm gay, and I'm even saying that. It's kind of on the gazy side. We're not in the days of Rakim and Lord Jamar. We're not in the days of those alpha talented black men. However they felt about homosexuality, I don't care nothing about that. But I'm talking about their talent and the stories that they told. We're not talking about no clown ass Snoop Dogg, because he's a clown now. He's a clown. He's a clown. No. Like I said, I wouldn't want to be around some of them rappers and stuff like that. I wouldn't want to be around them. But I don't take anything because I'm gay and we don't have anything in common. And I know how they feel about homosexuality. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to play a hate and say that they didn't have a story to tell, and that they didn't have talent, and there was a genuine energy there. Now it's real gazy. They accept anything. They accept anyone. So I don't know. They might accept rap in its current state. They may accept Jeffree Star with open arms. They may accept him. Because we are now in a reset of civilization. And in this reset, they are laying the groundwork for the new orders, the new way of thinking, the new way of doing things. You see what I'm saying? Y'all don't hear me though. But that's okay. Because they can't see me. And that's okay too. The reason I get along with my friend is because he sees me. And I actually knew him longer than I knew my soulmate that had died. See, my friend that I have now, I was messing with him on and off for years, but when I met my soulmate, I put him to the back burner, But even he sees me. That is why he's able to be around me. See, people who can't be around you, they can't be around you because they don't see you. And if they can't see you, they fear you. And they fear the unknown. We are in a reset of civilization. And in this reset, they are trying to get rid of the people that they can't see. Because the people that they can't see are the ones who are the biggest threats. Anyway, that's all I really have to say. Thank you.